So two of the most sought after communities here in South Florida are Parkland and Weston. And while they have a lot in common, there's definitely some things about each that'll have you leaning more towards one versus the other. Today, I'm breaking down 4 different categories, from location to lifestyle to housing to schools, to see which one of these towns may be the perfect fit if you're planning a move to South Florida. When we have clients that are looking for a particular type of suburban, community-driven lifestyle here in South Florida, whether they're local or relocating, it's usually a toss-up between Parkland and Weston, and for good reasons. They're both ranked very highly on niche.com as the #1 and 2 best places to live in Broward County, and 1 and 2 for best places to raise a family in all of South Florida. But first, let's get on the same page with what we're talking about here. Parkland on the map is up in northwestern Broward County, about 25 miles from Fort Lauderdale. You can hop right on 95 or the Sawgrass Expressway. You're there in about 35-45 minutes. You're close enough to Boca and Fort Lauderdale to still enjoy the city lifestyle and the beaches, but you're tucked away. You're in a calmer, more nature-like setting. Weston, on the other hand, is about 22 miles directly west of Fort Lauderdale, and it's actually really easy to get to, right from 595, literally a straight shot to the airport, but also I-75 and the Sawgrass Expressway. So you still have really good access to all of South Florida, and actually better access to Miami. Weston's also much bigger than Parkland, about 26 square miles compared to Parkland, which is about 12 square miles, and just a little less than double the population, with Weston having about 68,000 people compared to Parkland with 34,000. Weston feels a little bit more developed, has a little bit more of that polished suburban atmosphere, but still enough nature to remind you that you're not living in the city. And real quick, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything there is to know about moving to or living in South Florida. Now, getting into lifestyle, this is definitely where you're gonna find the biggest differences between both towns. Parkland has more of that rural, suburban feel, all residential, with Weston being larger and more developed, kind of giving you that urban suburban feel, even though it's still more suburban. And we'll get into the specifics of that in a little bit. But if you like the idea of walking or biking down tree-lined streets, maybe even riding your horse, just kind of having that I'm really away from it all feeling, then Parkland may be the better option for you. And in order to keep that feel, Parkland has some of the strictest zoning laws in all of South Florida so that it remains true to its name. And it's called the Parkland Land Trust Initiative, and this isn't something formal that you're gonna find on the city's website, but it's more of a strategy, I guess, or a mindset that the local city officials kind of abide by, just to keep that park-like feel. Now, as far as a downtown area or a city center goes, Parkland doesn't have that. Parkland is probably about 99% residential, aside from the schools and maybe a couple of retail shopping centers with Publix, and there's a BJ's there. But other than that, you pretty much have to travel to neighboring Coral Springs, Boca, or Coconut Creek for anything else that you may need. Weston, on the other hand, has a true city center, downtown area, whatever you want to call it. It's called the Weston Town Center. It's kind of like an outdoor shopping area with retail, shopping, dining. They hold events here. They have little cafes. It's a really nice, colorful area. It's also residential. You'll find some apartment living here. We'll get into housing in a little bit though. So there's definitely a huge contrast when it comes to commercial development between the two towns. Parkland basically has none, and Weston is definitely more developed. So if you're the type of person who wants to remain within your town and just be able to find everything you need for the most part, then Weston may be the better option for you. When it comes to outdoors though, this is where Parkland shines. Places like Pine Trails Park, great for sports, events, concerts at the amphitheater. They have Parkland's Farmers Market, which is a local gem, and unlike a majority of farmers markets, this one is not really commercialized. They kind of abide more to the local small businesses. But Weston also has really nice parks too. There's a lot of parks in Weston, and the big one is Weston Regional Park. I mean, you have the Everglades right there. You actually have the Everglades bordering both towns. So when it comes to nature and outdoors, as far as parks go, I would say these towns are pretty much similar for the most part. So let's get into housing. Parkland and Weston both have a wide variety of housing, very similar in some ways. One of the major differences that I will say is that if you're looking for any type of condo living or even apartment living, you're not really gonna find that in Parkland at all. I think there may be one condo community or one rental community in the entire town. Weston definitely has more options when it comes to condos and apartments. But if you're looking for a spacious single family home or a place in a newer community built by Lennar, D.R. Horton, or Toll Brothers, you'll find something in both towns. And one of Parkland's biggest and probably most well-known community is called Heron Bay. And if you've been eyeing communities like Weston Hills over in Weston, Heron Bay will feel pretty similar. It's a gated community known for its big homes, large layouts, really nice resort-style backyards, lake views, really well-maintained common areas. And here in Heron Bay, you'll find homes anywhere from around 2,000 square feet to upwards of 6,000 square feet, plus amenities like clubhouse, tennis courts, fitness centers, and pools. Now over in Weston, think Isles at Weston. It's very similar, but much smaller, with homes ranging from about 1,800 to about 4,000 square feet. And the community itself also has a clubhouse, pools, trails, and it's actually walking distance to two of Weston's schools, Falcon Cove Middle School and Cypress Bay High School. If you're looking for something newer, Botanico in Weston is a modern luxury community developed by the Terra Group. It's about 125 homes, so not that big. It's designed by 3 different architects, so think ultra modern, Miami contemporary, high-end finishes. Pretty unknown for Weston to see style of home like this. Now, as far as new development in Parkland goes, there is some things in the works. Lennar just bought 75 acres right off Loxahatchee Road to build about 250 homes, and Toll Brothers plans to build a new community in Heron Bay, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of information on that just yet. But as far as existing newer construction in Parkland, you're definitely gonna wanna check out Cascada, which is about 2 to 4 years old. We just helped our client move into there, and this neighborhood's amazing. Think Miami style, modern housing. A lot of the homes are lakefront with some of the best amenities I've seen in a while. And Cascada is actually part of a neighboring community called Mira-Lago, so as a homeowner, you get access to both communities' amenities, which are just connected by an underground walking tunnel. So let's talk about schools and safety. Now, you know, as a realtor, I'm not allowed to give personal opinions on either one, so I like to refer to websites like greatschools.org or niche.com in this case, so we can see exactly how the residents reviewed them themselves, and I suggest you guys do the same thing. Now, both towns are served by Broward County Public Schools, and they are some of the highest rated schools in the area. In Parkland, you have Park Trails Elementary, Heron Heights Elementary, West Glades Middle School, and Stoneman Douglas High School, and niche.com ranks these an A-. Now, in Weston, the schools are just as equally impressive. You have Manatee Bay Elementary, Gator Run Elementary, Falcon Cove Middle School, and Cypress Bay High School, which is consistently ranked among the best high schools in all of Florida. And niche.com ranks these an A. So as far as schools go, fairly similar in both towns. Now, as far as safety and housing, niche.com also ranks them both a B. So overall, both very similar according to niche.com. Parkland was the number 5 best place to live in all of South Florida. Weston ranked number 3. And so again, you can see they're very close. So at the end of the day, I think you need to decide what your lifestyle's like and what your budget's like. Overall, Weston's gonna be about 6% cheaper than Parkland, so not a huge difference. So depending on what your lifestyle is like or what you're exactly looking for, you really can't go wrong with either town. But with that being said, I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you got value from it. If you're looking to buy or sell anywhere in South Florida, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. We would love to connect with you. Reach out to us at any time or go to the link in my description and get started that way. In the meantime, we'll catch you on the next one.